What is up, guys? It is your boy Brian. Good morning, or however you start your morning. It is I, Brian Betancourt, and today I am going to be telling you my AEW Double or Nothing preview and predictions. Now, this has been a thing that I've been thinking of doing with Manny, but I think it's going to take a little too long, and Manny, he usually does it the day before, or 2 days before, so I don't want to wait that long, so I'm just going to do it today, so I want to get it out there to the people. This is AEW's biggest show every year, is Double or Nothing. It's Double or Nothing or All Out, or All In, whatever. Those are the two big shows for AEW. Like, those are the big shows. You can see I have a simulation, 2K19 simulation of all great 2K models of AEW stars. Really, the only one that looks kind of weird is Sammy Guevara, but everyone else looks damn near perfect. But they're just going to have a random match. And if you guys are interested in the match, go ahead. But if you're interested in hearing me doing the predictions, let me know. So, here we go. I'm going to be looking up the card, the official AEW card, because they have finished the card. And here we go. So it's definitely going to be something. So I believe they have the full card here. Okay, yeah, so we have the full card here. They even announced a buy-in, which is, so far it's looking like it's going to be one match. And yeah, I guess we'll start with that. Alright, first up, and unfortunately this is actually the one women's match I care about. It's Riho versus Serena Deeb in a rematch of the AEW Women's Tournament, or Women's Eliminator, I should say. They'll have a rematch for the NWA Women's Champion. Now, this is Riho's first match back on pay-per-view for the first time, and she's coming back to fight Serena Deeb after Serena Deeb put her. Riho put Serena Deeb on the shelf for a while. So Serena obviously just came back. She looks healthy. She looks vicious. She looks dangerous. She looks like really, really, really dangerous. So all I'm saying here is I don't think no one's taking that title for Serena Deeb right now. I think Serena Deeb is gonna win, but here's what I think could be a possible scenario for Riho. Now, would it be shocking for Riho to win that title? Yes. Because not only is Riho just came back to Dynamite and starting to get back into Dynamite in the women's division, it'd be weird because Riho is a type of woman that, you know, I think the NWA women's title would fit on her like a charm, like a glove. I think it would fit fantastically as a one thing. But I don't know if that's what I think the AEW is going to do with Riho. I think they're going to rebuild Riho up, get her some wins, and hopefully when I say my predictions for the main women's match on the card, which I am very scared and nervous about, but also have a lot of hope, is, you know, possibly Riho getting back into the title hunt. But if it's the NWA Women's title, now things are going to change, because right now the number one contender in my eyes for the NWA Women's title is Mrs. Camille, which we don't usually talk about NWA on this channel, but I do watch NWA on my own time. I just don't get a chance to talk about it because it does get lost in the shuffle. But Camille's won all of her matches. She's undefeated, and if you're going to give her the shot, you better give her the shot. And obviously Thunder Rosa has also put on accounts that she wants to go after Serena Deeb in a rematch, because Thunder Rosa and Serena Deeb have not had a rematch yet. So I would not be shocked if Thunder Rosa goes first. If Riho doesn't hold the win, I can see Thunder Rosa go after it and possibly win that title and bring it back to NWA. Or you could have Serena Deeb come back to NWA and say, you know, you've been challenging me for a while now. Maybe Camille could call out Serena Deeb and say, where's our champion? She's not a champion. She's a fake champion. Like, you know, she could do that kind of heel promo that could really piss off Miss Serena Deeb. So there's a lot of potential with this NWA stuff. And unfortunately, I'm going to say it now, it's better than what AEW's women's is doing, which I'm sorry to say it, it's just true facts. It's me being brutally honest. I know a lot of people love the women's division. Not me right now. With Sheeta's champion, which we'll get to that match later on in this preview, I just don't like it. She's shown nothing with the title. It's nothing against her. It's just the way AEW booked her and the way she was handled was a bad handling, like a really, really bad handling. And I'm hoping they rectify that with whoever's going to be the next champion. Whoever's going to be the next champion, they must do this woman, or whoever women, right. Because the women's division has a lot of potential. They showed it at All In. The first All In, the one with the Ring of Honor announcer and Coco Band and stuff. They do women's wrestling. They had Tessa Blanchard, the hot mess. They had fucking Chelsea Green, Tessa Blanchard, Britt Baker, and they had, I think, Kylie Ray, I think. They had those four in a fatal four-way women's dance, I would like to call it. And it just showed that women's wrestling is alive and well. But unfortunately, the only company that I've actually seen them care about women's wrestling right now is slightly Ring of Honor. I'm sorry, AEW, but you need to put more attention into your women's division and build up women. You have a lot of great, talented women on that AEW roster. You have girls like Jay Cargill, Red Velvet. Who else you have? You have, hell, you have fucking Abaddon, who's weird, but talented. Like, you have so many names. You have so many names in there that can do wonders. But you just don't want to build them up. The only ones that are getting built up are Evolution. So girls like Jade Cargill and Red Velvet are the only ones getting built, but they're all on Evolution. They're not on Dynamite. If they're on Dynamite, makes sense. So all I'm saying, which, by the way, Jade Cargill is doing an open challenge on Friday, which is cool. That's a step in the right direction. But, like, come on. Come on, y'all. Like, come the hell on. If the NWA stuff is better, and that's a title that AEW doesn't even own, there is a bit of a problem. Now, is it good for NWA? Yeah, they can get exposure back in their company. However, it's bad because... what's the word? It's bad because you can't really, write that, And I feel bad for the women because the women are so talented. Here, I'll give you a top 3 of my favorite women in AEW. Okay? Thunder Rosa. I'm counting with the roster because she's been with AEW so much. Thunder Rosa. Jay Cargill. Britt Baker. Those are my top 3. Then it would go Riho. And then I would go... I guess you could put Nyla Rose there. But I'm like indifferent with Nyla Rose because the way they've been booking her has just been... she's not been on TV. She's not been on TV. And it's unfortunate. So, that's my little women's rant done. But, yeah. Alright, let's start off with the least cared match I do not give a fuck about. Cody Rhodes vs. Anthony Gogo. Let me tell you why this feud makes no sense, and it sucks. I told Anthony that I'm going to be tearing this feud apart. I'm not playing around. And I told Manny this too. If we're going to get into another call and do another predictions thing with you on the call, I'm tearing this feud apart. First of all, why is Cody in a feud representing America? Why? Why? Because he just got his flag put over him? Like, I honestly thought the flag thing was just going to be a savage thing that'll be like, oh yeah, he just does it. But it doesn't turn into a whole fucking America stick. Like, that's not what Cody wants. That's not what Cody wants. And I haven't cursed much in this review so far, but this one I'll probably be cursing a bit. And I'm sorry, YouTube. Listen, you don't want that match. You're having a very untrained and guy that doesn't even seem fit for a Double or Nothing main event match. Well, not main event match, but main debut match. He is obviously fighting on Friday, which is fine. But why would you have a guy like Anthony Ogogo feud with one of the guys that I generally have solid taste for? But after this factory BS bull, I've lost so much loss for Cody. The only thing that'll get me back is to give Cody back into the world title hunt. That he actually has time to develop his promos. Like, I want to like Cody so bad. Don't get me wrong. I want to give Cody a shot. When he was TNT champion, some of the matches he had with guys like Ricky Starks and guys like that, he did so well. And guys like Darby Allin, and Lance Archer, but like, dude, you and this Anthony Ogogo BS, you shouldn't be involved in this. The Factory versus the Nightmare Family should not be a feud. I respect QC Marshall for turning heel if you wanted to go after Dustin. But no, you had to get Cody involved in this. You don't need Cody in this feud. Just say, I'm turning on my tag partner, Dustin Rhodes. And I have all these trainers here from the Nightmare Family to attack, but not help, you know? Well, actually, technically it's helping. But basically, they're not here to make a faction, they're just here to help me attack. That's it. You didn't have to make this whole faction bullshit. We already have enough factions. Like, we already have enough factions. And that's just me being honest. Like, I absolutely hate this feud. This feud sucks. This feud is ass. It's the least favorite match I'm looking forward to. And this match can go suck one. But I gotta pick a winner. And while I would love to see Cody Rhodes take an L for the stupidity that he did in this promo, I think Cody's gonna win. Because I know people like, you shouldn't pick a winner for this. I'm gonna need to, because it's a review, it's a prediction and preview, folks. You gotta pick one. And Anthony Ogogo and Cody just does not scream Double or Nothing. Only reason it's even on Double or Nothing is because Cody Rhodes. If Cody Rhodes was on Double or Nothing, it wouldn't hurt the pay-per-view at all. It actually make the pay-per-view a little less codified, I call it. Where Cody's on almost every single pay-per-view. Except that 1 month where he turned his hair black and we thought he was going to turn heel, but he just became babyface again. Such a sad shit. Alright, moving on. But I got Cody Rhodes. Next, a match I am looking forward to, baby. A match I am looking forward to. Miro versus Lance Archer, TNT Championship match. Now, this match was obviously announced after the win by Miro on a random night of Dynamite, 2 weeks ahead of the go home, which is going to be Friday Night Dynamite. He won the title from Darby Allin, and everyone was in shock. I was even in shock. Like, was I mad at the decision? No, I was happy for Miro. And Miro so far is making that title look really good so far. He's having these great promos on his Instagram, and he's like basically taking shots at Lance Archer, which is great. And I love that. I love that about this feud, and it's big hoss fight, and that's what I like. There's not a lot of good big hoss fights in wrestling anymore. What's an example of a really good hoss fight? I would argue actually, a good hoss fight would be, if we're talking from a company standpoint, when Hager and Wardlow fought at New Year's, that was a good hoss fight. Another good hoss fight in these years, Roman and Braun have had. Oh no, that's not a hoss fight. Never mind. That's more of little man versus big man. Even though Roman's not really a small man. So it's kind of tough. That's another really good kind of showing. And Darby just won. CPU Darby. Good job, Darby. So back to what I was saying, as you see the replays. So for this, I think it's going to be a really good hoss fight, and it'll be another good test for Lance Archer. It looked like originally he was going to be feuding with Darby Allin or against Sting or something, but then he just kept getting involved, but we didn't know his direction, and finally he made his direction clear. He wanted the TNT title the whole time. So if he wanted the TNT the whole time, how come we couldn't just wait for Darby to retain? By the fact Miro won. You know what I mean? So, yes, I'm happy Miro won. Miro deserves a championship. He deserves to be a monster, and I hope he does have a monstrous run with this title. And this will be a good start. Now, do I hate to see Lance lose another big match? Yes, I do. Because he has world title, big man, destruction written all over him. But I don't want Miro losing that title so early after the fanfare that he got for winning that title. You know what I mean? So, I'm going to say Miro retains. But I don't think it's a clean match. I think they're gonna do either either an interference or a distraction by let's say like Jake the Snake tries to distract Rusev or Miro, and he whiffs it and hits Lance on accident. That'll distract Lance, and Rusev will hit like a kick or lock in the accolade or the game over, or whatever he calls it, for the win. Because I don't want Lance losing clean. If Lance loses clean, I'm going to be honest, I don't know where Lance goes. The only way I'm happy with if he loses clean is that the match is an absolute hoss fight and a war. If the match is a war and he loses in convincing fashion, okay, Lance doesn't lose too much. But if the match is subpar, not very good, but he takes the loss clean, then I'm going to be a little salty. I'm going to be like, wait, no, that's not how that works. No. You're supposed to give the big man a fair shot. So I'm hoping this match is good because this has potential to be, the feud has been so potential, even though it's had little build, it's worked out well, surprisingly. So I hope this could go well. Next, that's also been announced for the show, is the Casino Battle Royale. Now, a lot of names in this Battle Royale, which I do have a certain point that I thought was going to happen, but it hasn't been announced yet. And if it does get announced, my bad. But I'll explain. So, let's announce the competitors that were announced under cards. Griff Garrison, Brian Pillman Jr., Preston 10, a.k.a. Preston Vance, Stu Grayson, Nick Camardo, QT Marshall, Lee Johnson, Dustin Rhodes, Anthony Bowie, Max Caster, the Acclaim, Penta Azero Miedo, Isaiah Cassidy, Mark Quinn, Matt Sydal, Christian Cage, Matt Hardy, Powerhouse Hobbs, Evil Uno, Cole Cabana, and Jungle Boy. Now, originally, Mr. Rey Fenix was supposed to be in here, but unfortunately, after the match that he had a couple, months ago, he actually got injured, so he's going to be out for a bit. Hopefully a quick recovery for Rey Fenix. I would have loved to see you in this Battle Royale, but quick recovery. Hopefully, your recovery goes well for you, Mr. Rey Fenix. Okay. And of course, obviously, and the Joker, aka a mystery, which I'll explain who I think is going to be the mystery, or hell, I don't even think it is going to be a mystery. I'll explain. Okay. Moving on. Now, here's the thing with this Battle Royale. A lot of the names have already been revealed, and this has happened before where when they had fans, they did like a drawing, and Shawn Spears actually got one of the drawings. I feel like Shawn Spears should have been here. That's just me, though. If he wasn't involved in the Pinnacle shit, Shawn Spears could have been here. But he's involved in Pinnacle, so I can't deny that. Now, who do I think wins this? I'll tell you two scenarios, okay? I think the clear winner out of this group is Christian Cage. I think Christian Cage is going to win and get his opportunity to fight Kenny Omega in the future. But here's another scenario. Whoever the wild card is could win this match. And who I think that wild card could be? I'm going to go on a limb since Mr. Brian Cage is in this match, I think. Did I read the name right? Let's see. Is Brian Cage in this? Okay, never mind. No, because I was going to say it could be Adam Hangman Page and he eliminates Brian Cage. Or here's another scenario. Christian gets screwed over by Team Taz. Either Ricky Starks comes out, or Brian Cage comes out, or Powerhouse Hobbs eliminated. Like, something like that. That could also happen. Okay? My underrated pick, I want to win. That would be really cool. Another guy that is actually, maybe not world title material, but he'll be a great world title competitor, Jungle Boy. If Jungle Boy wants to do his own singles thing with no Luchasaurus, I would love to see Jungle Boy win this Battle Royale to fight Kenny. I think that'd be an amazing match. Just saying. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Who do I think the wild card's going to be? Oh, man. AEW has so many great mystery guys. You know, the last one, Ethan Page, of course. And Christian Cage. I don't really know if they need an extra new signing. Now, would it help? Yeah, definitely. But I don't know if they need that extra kind of woman, per se. And if they still had women involved in this Battle Royale, I would have said have fucking Chelsea Green debut. You know, because she's been in talks to go there. Let's be honest. Okay? So, but for me, the wild card, I think, the dream pick I'm thinking is Samoa Joe. But the pick that is going to happen, that I think is going to be, I don't know who it's going to be, actually. For the first time, I actually don't know who's left on the free agent market that AEW has not scooped up yet. Because usually the wild card is a new face. But I have thought of this name, even though it's a wet dream. Bryan Danielson, a.k.a. Daniel Bryan. The reason I say this is because Daniel Bryan's contract is officially up. He's not re-signed with WWE. He doesn't look like he's interested in coming back to WWE. And I think his game plan is this. I go back to a company that I love, Ring of Honor, and help them. Or I can go to three options, actually. I go to a company that has my friend Cody in it, and they have guys like Christian Cage, Paul White, they have legends, they have guys that could face, they have Kenny Omega. Bryan Danielson would be an excellent pick. But then, I also think they teased him on the Slammiversary thing. What if he goes to Impact? Because, Impact, Daniel Bryan and Eric Young would be, that'd be the battle of the beards. Because I remember when Eric Young had a beard, I'm like, oh, he's like Daniel Bryan, isn't he? So, but way more brutal. I'd love to debride fight EY. Or Moose. Or Rick Swann. You know? Or he could fight, hell, he could probably fucking fight Samoa Joe in Impact. You never know. So, my wild card pick is a dream pick. But I think the wild card pick is going to be Bryan Danielson. I think Bryan Danielson is going to pull a Christian Cage and say he likes what he sees. He wants to fight Kenny Omega. He did put him in his dream list of guys when he was doing the picks. Now's his chance. Now, is it going to get a little crowded in that world title hunt if Bryan Danielson goes to the wild card? Yes. Yeah, no, I think it's going to be a huge wild card. But, hey, he could surprise us. Yo, if I see Bryan Danielson on my screen in AEW, I see like either the Yes Chon or like Bryan Danielson is his name, I'm fucking marking out like how I marked out for Sting and how I marked out for Christian Cage. I'm doing the same thing. Just saying. Okay. And now to the winner. So if Bryan Danielson is the wild card, I got Bryan Danielson winning the Battle Royale. But if he's not the wild card and it's someone else that I can't think of off the top of my head, then I'm going to say Christian Cage wins the Battle Royale. Okay, next match. Shida versus Dr. Britt Baker. AEW Women's Championship. I'm mad at this match. It's not that I care about it, but I'm scared. I'm scared they're not going to give the title to Britt Baker. Britt Baker's been on TV since her heel turn. Obviously, she was injured, but she still had cards and she still talked on the mic. Her feud that she returned with was Big Swole. Now, was I mad at that feud? Yes, I was. Because that feud had a lot more potential. But they did one cinematic match, and it was god-awful. It was one of the worst. It just didn't go well. It was kind of gross. It wasn't hard-hitting. It just kind of sucked. It was pretty shit. It was a bad way to start. That Double Nothing was very indifferent. For me, at least. Excuse me. Sorry. A little sleepy. Yeah, no, but just the way they're treating the women, I'm very upset. And I'm hoping the blood of Britt Baker, they just shoot her to the moon. Because her heel work has been so good. Especially after the match that Thunder Rosa had on that main event at St. Patrick's Day Slam. Which is a very indifferent show. But the main event was a banger. Just saying. I recommend that match. That match was a lights out women's match. It was absolutely fire. It was so good. Thunder Rosa showed her own. Same with Britt Baker. Anyway. Oh yeah, that match was fucking brutal. But it showed that Britt Baker is a badass. If she don't win this title, and Shida retains again, I'm sorry, AEW. I have no interest in your women's division right now. The only interest that you'll get me is if either Thunder Rosa or Jade Cargill takes that title away. But I'm going to say this now. Jade Cargill is not ready. Thunder Rosa is ready. Just saying. If Thunder Rosa or another big woman that I want other than Shida doesn't win the title, or Britt Baker doesn't get it done, women's division right now doesn't have any hope. It should be just a men's show at that point. I'm sorry. You guys have sucked as a women's division, and I'm sorry to say it, your women has a lot of potential, but your division just sucks. I'm sorry. Your division sucks. I'm sorry. Moving on. I need to pick a winner. And you obviously know after my rant that I went on, my winner is going to be Britt Baker. If Britt Baker doesn't win this title, I don't know what's next for the women. I'm going to be honest. I love women's wrestling. When women's wrestling is not dumb diva stuff, and it's actual real, and they give it time, and it's well done, women's wrestling could be some of the best wrestling in the world. I give a lot of flack for the first all-women's pay-per-view. But there's some really good matches in there. Shannon Baszler versus Kairi Sane, for instance. The Charlotte and Becky street fight. Absolutely brutal. Or I should say last woman standing, I should say. Still, brutal. Some of the NXT matches with Sasha Banks and Bayley. Brutal. The Brooklyn and the Iron Woman. 30 minutes. First woman to do it. And hell, Even the match that Sasha Banks and Bayley had at Hell in a Cell was brutal. But I enjoyed it. And I usually don't enjoy the WWE women. Especially with Asuka. And I still don't enjoy it with Charlotte there. I'm saying it now. Right now. And I'm sorry to say this. Impact has the best women's division right now. I'm sorry to say it. And Impact's women's division still has a little problems. They need more oomph. They need more veteran star power. That's why I think at Slammiversary we're going to get Mickie James. She'll probably attack Deonna Purrazzo, which I'm totally fine with. That's near there, though. Okay? So I think that'll happen, right? But right now, the best women's division is NXT. Number 2, Impact Wrestling. Then AEW number 3. And then WWE number 4. Main roster. Specifically Raw. Specifically Raw. It sucks. I'm sorry, AEW. I really want to put you in the epilogue of women's wrestling. But I can't do it. I'm sorry. I need to move on. I just got really depressed. Moving on. Next. This might be a sleeper match on the card other than the next match coming up. Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky, the weird duo that does not have a name, versus Sting and Darby. Now, okay, this has been a weird feud. Because this has been, I thought it was going to be a 3 to 4 person feud. I thought it was going to be Darby Allin, Ethan Page, Lance Archer. Not Darby Allin, Ethan Page, Scorpio Sky, Sting. I was not thinking that. I thought it was going to be Darby, Scorpio, Ethan, and Lance. Because Lance wanted Sting, and then Ethan attacked Sting, and then Scorpio attacked Sting, and then they attacked Darby. And I'm like, oh, it's all going to collision in one. No, that's actually not the case. It's a tag match. So Sting will be stepping into the ring for the first time live in front of a full crowd live with Darby Allin. Now, what are my concerns going into this match? Well, actually, I don't have too many concerns. The only concern that I have is how many bumps Sting is going to take. Dude is old, and yes, does he still have it? Yes, he does. The cinematic match he had, he looked damn good. Don't get me wrong. But he didn't have to do that much. In this, he's going to have to do a little more work. But after seeing Sting take bumps for the first time, it looks like he got the rust out. So it looks like Sting could do a full-fledged match. And I'm fine with that because Sting looks like he can still go. As long as he's not taking crazy bumps, either on the apron, or on the announce table, or on the stage. If Darby takes all those bumps, I'm fine with that because Darby can take it. But if Sting does that, you don't want to injure the man and retire him again. You don't want to do that. Just keep that in mind. And I'm hoping, and I don't want to be mean to Sting, I'm hoping after this feud wraps up, because I have a feeling they're going to have one more match between these four, whoever wins here. I'm hoping Sting just becomes like a side manager for Darby. Because I want Darby to do his own single stuff so he can get back in that TNT title hunt as he goes. Because I know he wants that rematch with Miro. But he has a quick business. He has to deal with Ethan Page and Scorpio. Now, would I want to see like an Ethan Page versus Darby Allin match? Yeah, no, I think that'd be really good. Ethan Page would be a cool singles match to see. The bigger, stronger Ethan Page versus the literal Darby Allin. And, now he's jacked. He's not like fat anymore. He's actually ripped. Same with Scorpio. Yeah, and Scorpio and Darby also don't have unfinished business, so I'd also like to see them fight. So, and it's also a pretty big thing because this is Sting's first match in front of a full crowd. Like, straight up full crowd. And then a month after this, they're traveling. Like WWE. Just saying. Anyway, so, for me, I gotta pick a winner here. I'm actually very invested in this match because I want to see how Ethan Page does. This is his second pay-per-view match. But this is like his first like big feud pay-per-view match. Like his first actual like, maybe not singles pay-per-view match, but more of invest storyline match. This is Ethan Page's first test. And I hope he does well. I hope he impresses a lot of people. Like, man, Ethan Page is good. You know? I remember him at Impact. Dude was a beast, man. I hope it continues. But unfortunately, Scorpio and Ethan, which you are teaming up on Friday, so we get a better idea on what your team and stuff is. Those two, Sting and Darby, they're not losing. You don't want Darby losing after losing the TNT title. Now, would it be a big boost for both Mr. Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky? Yeah, no, they're a new team, so a big win like this would be huge. But I just don't see it. Hey, if they prove me wrong, prove me wrong. You know, sometimes I'm wrong. I was definitely wrong on the Darby match against Miro. You know, that match was a banger. I was wrong. Dead wrong. Just like this match. But I hope this match gets some more time. Okay. I think this is going to be, I'm calling now the sleeper match of this pay-per-view. Adam Hangman Page versus Brian Cage. Now, where did this all start? Well, let's start out with Hangman on Dynamite being the number one ranked guy to fight Kenny Omega. Everyone's like, oh, it's going to be a full circle. It's going to be Hangman Cage versus Kenny Omega. But, unfortunately, he had a match with Brian Cage that was very short. It was one of the shortest matches on Dynamite in a while. The match was good, but it was very short. I wanted more time. He lost. He lost straight up clean to Cage. And that means Hangman got buried back down the hatchet. So now Hangman has to rebuild himself and get that win back. And this feud between, I know Cage, I've been focusing on Christian Cage, but now seeing this, and I think Brian Cage needs to focus, be big and dominant, and show Hangman who he is. Now, unfortunately, even though, yes, Cage did get that win, I think Hangman wins. Hangman took a huge loss to Brian Cage. And I was a little frustrated because I thought it was going to be Hangman versus Kenny Omega at this pay-per-view. But that doesn't seem like the case. I'm guessing they're saving that for possibly All Out, or whatever it's going to be called. It's just a guesstimation. I could be wrong. But Hangman needs to win after that loss. If Hangman gets a win, I'm happy. And if Cage looks good doing it, I'm happy. But I want to start seeing Cage start having this dysfunctional kind of thing with Taz and prove Christian's point. Because Christian did a promo, right, where he was like, your potential is getting wasted. Well, basically, to sum it up, your potential is getting wasted with being with Team Taz or Team FTW. Once they leave, their potential will be even higher. And he's kind of right. I think, especially for Ricky Starks, I think when Ricky Starks leaves Team Taz, his potential is going to skyrocket to TNT title contention. It's just a known fact. And for Cage, he might be possibly in a Kenny Omega feud in the future. Because I thought the pairing of Taz and Cage was absolutely not to be pun intended, perfect. I'm like, oh, a destroying beast like Taz, basically being a manager for the Machine Brian Cage. It's perfect, and they started off really strong with that. But then they added Ricky Starks, and then they added Powerhouse Hobbs, which was not really needed. I mean, I can't lie, his son is actually getting better. He hit a nice German suplex on Mr. I think it was Mr. Hang. Oh no, sorry, Mr. Cage. He had an epic German suplex. Good on him. So, I'm just saying, to me at least, Hangman needs to get this one back. If Hangman doesn't win and he loses twice to Brian Cage, I don't know what they're doing with Hangman, but he can't be losing any matches if he's going to fight Kenny Omega in the future. Just saying. Okay? So I think for me, Hangman will win that match. Okay? If not, oh fuck me, prove me wrong. Alright. And we're coming up on the last few matches. We're going to start with the triple header. We'll start with the first one. Young Bucks champions versus Eddie Kingston and Jon Moxley. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if this one starts the night or be the middle of the night because it is a tag match. They did the same with Jericho, MJF, and Young Bucks. Now we're here again. Young Bucks defending the tag team titles. But what has happened to the Young Bucks? What did AEW do to the Young Bucks? Well, let me explain. The Young Bucks were a loving, fun tag team that I enjoyed watching on AEW every night. Every matches they had on Wednesday night were bangers. Like, they were just so well done. The storytelling was amazing. And some of the spots they had against the Lucha Bros were insanity. They win the tag titles finally. And yeah, it might have been a short reign for FTR, but I was like, FTR will win it back. That's fine. And they've been holding those titles ever since. They're proving their dominance. However, they do the stupidest thing on Dynamite and re-tee him up with Omega's group. Shaking my damn head. They did it on a random night, and guess who they turned on? That's right, Jon Moxley. Excuse me. So let me get this straight. You're on your own, thriving, doing very well for yourself. And you let a little pipsqueak like Don Callis and the influence of Kenny Omega to betray Moxley? No. That's not how that works. No. Bucks is not how that works. And ever since then, I've hated them more and more. Is it them just being good heels? No, it's just them building up heat and not doing any story. They're just building heat. They're not really saying much. They're just building heat. It's pretty sad, actually. At least Kenny with his promos with Don, they say shit. But Young Bucks doesn't say a word. And it just feels so weird seeing this weird elite reunion because, bro, Kenny already has the Good Brothers. Kenny doesn't need the Young Bucks. They just feel like a second fiddle. They don't need the Young Bucks. Kenny has the Good Brothers. That's what I don't understand. Now, if you wanted to do Kenny and the Bucks reunion from the beginning, okay, fine. So then you don't need the Good Brothers then. But no, you brought in the Good Brothers and you added the Young Bucks. Why did you add the Young Bucks? Why? You didn't need them. The Young Bucks were fine. They didn't need this heel turn BS. Now, some of the matches have been very entertaining. Yeah, the SCU one was very emotional, very entertaining. The Varsity Blondes one, actually a lot of people didn't care about that match, but I think it was very, very, very entertaining. So they had entertaining matches as heels. The matches are not the problem. The way they're booking them, that's the problem. And it's so sad because I even bought a Young Bucks t-shirt for them. I bought their face Young Bucks t-shirt. The one that has the video game NES, the yellow one, I bought that. I used my hard-earned cash. And now I feel like I'm getting thrown in the face. Like, for real. I'm getting thrown. There was a thing in my mouth. Sorry, I gotta turn my AC. It is so hot in here. But, listen. It's like, right? It's like they just said, oh, you don't want to see the Young Bucks' faces? Screw it, we'll turn them heel. Like, no. The fans were fine with the Young Bucks being faces. It's unreal, man. That's the one thing I hate about this feud. Now, I have nothing negative to say about the pairing of Jon Moxley and Eddie Kingston. These two are made for each other. They're dudes from the hood or the streets beating up fools in crazy matches. And they could talk on the mic. Both Moxley and Mr. Eddie Kingston can talk on the mic, for real. And I'm going to say it now, I think they're going to win the tag titles. Here's why. Jon Moxley said in a before interview that he wanted to go back to the tag division and win some gold. And I believed him because he said he wanted to take a break from the world title scene, take a break from Kenny Omega, and focus on tag title gold with Eddie Kingston. Win a title with the boy. You win a title with the boy, you're in a good spot, Mox. You have a chance to possibly take a break and not do as many matches on Dynamite. Now, would it be another pairing of Kenny Omega Hangman, but they made that team work? Yes. But I think this one is more built than Kenny. We had no idea how Kenny and Hangman were going to team up, but then they revealed their finish, and I'm like, oh, these boys good. But Kenny and Kingston, they've teamed before. They have chemistry. And you can tell on the mic, their chemistry is perfect. So I would love for them to win it, because now we can see FTR step back up and have FTR take those titles off him in the future. Just makes perfect sense, man. But I'm going Moxley and Omega. Sorry. Moxley and Kingston. We'll talk about Omega in a bit. But yeah, I'm going Moxley Kingston. I want Kingston to win a title. If Eddie Kingston doesn't win this damn title, I want to be really bad for him. Because he has worked his absolute ass off. Like his promo skills, his matches, he deserves to win a title. Just a fact. Alright. Next we're going to go to the co-main event. They already announced what the main event was. Co-main event, probably the weirdest match on the card. Kenny Omega, Orange Cassidy, and Pac for the AEW World Championship. Now, okay. Let me explain. When I heard that Orange Cassidy is getting an opportunity at the AEW title, I understand the storyline. The ultimate babyface because of the fanfare. Fans will go nuts if he wins the world title. It's obviously a wet dream, but it makes sense. Pac trying to get revenge on Kenny Omega and saying, I've beaten Kenny Omega, and he wants to win a world title. That makes sense. And Kenny just standing here like a god. No one could touch him. He feels untouchable. He feels like a wrestling god. And, he gets hyped up and everything. Dickhead getting heat. That's basically what it is. But this match just feels weird. Now, does the match itself have a lot of potential to bang? Yes. All three of these dudes are very comfortable with doing a banger. Hell, even if it's one of them carrying. No, this match has a lot of potential. Just putting it out there, has a lot of potential. I don't know how much potential, but it definitely has potential. Just saying. And I think I'm going to keep this brief because then we have to get to the main event, which is going to be the match of the night, for me at least. This match here, I don't think it's going to be the worst match on the card. I think it's probably going to be the second to third best match if done correctly. But I'm going to go Kenny Omega. I just don't see him losing this title right now. He's in a big feud with Moose. And I just don't see him losing it. Orange Cassidy, long shot. Pac, possible, probably not going to happen. So Kenny Omega will win this match. But it's going to be really funny to see Orange Cassidy on the poster for Double or Nothing. Okay, and now my most anticipated match of the night. Inner Circle versus Pinnacle, Stadium Stampede 2. But the rule is, if the Inner Circle lose this match, they have to disband as a team. Now, this is where things get real interesting. Now, we obviously saw Blood and Guts. Who did not see Blood and Guts? No? Everyone saw Blood and Guts? Good. Good enough. Blood and Guts was an amazing match. And yeah, you could say the spot at the end with Jericho was a little weird with the placement. But it was only one placement. I don't know why everyone was shitting on it. I think it was just funny. To me, personally. When I saw the placing, I was like, that's funny. Watching it back. And the moment, I actually felt shocked. But it was funny that Jericho took a bump like that and they had air mats. But WWE's done that all the time. So, it's like a whatever for me. People were like, oh, fuck this match. This and that. No, it was just because of the placemat. People bitch over the littlest of things. It was just one misplace on the placemat. That's it. Sad, man. Moving on. But yeah, Inner Circle versus Pinnacle and Blood and Guts was a bloodbath. And I'm happy they gave it to us, even though it had not really full capacity, but it had a lot of fans. And now they're going into Stadium Stampede number 2. This is the second match the Inner Circle have been in for Stadium Stampede. This will be the Pinnacle's first and probably only Stadium Stampede coming up. This feud has been intense. You know, MJ put the challenge out. Jericho said, I accept. Now, one thing I'm very interested in this match, will Jericho's arm be healthy? Will he be injured? Will he be hurt? Or will he be healthy to fight? That's the most interesting question that everyone is going into this match. Jericho's arm looks hurt. It doesn't look like it's healthy. He had like a whole like robot, well not robot, but kind of metal arm thing, like sleeve, or like cast. That's a good way to say it. Like metal cast. I don't know if Jericho can wrestle with that. If he can wrestle with that, alright, fine. But if he can, then he's going to have to sit back. But I think he's going to have a big part. Right? Now, who wins this match? Well, it was a really hard decision because this can go either of two ways. The Pinnacle want to continue their dominance of being 2-0 against the Inner Circle and ending the Inner Circle. Or the Inner Circle say, you can't kill us, and we win. And to me, while I love the Pinnacle, I was very shocked that they won Blood and Guts. I think Inner Circle finally beat the Pinnacle and get them off their back. This will be the ender. I think Inner Circle will win this match. The reason I say that is because the Inner Circle need this win. And if you want them to stay alive, they have to win this match. And it would definitely... Now, would it be cool to see Sammy Guevara go by himself if they disband? Yes. Because Sammy Guevara... It would be awesome to see him go by himself. But everyone seemed like would be fine. Like, Santana or Ortiz going on their own doing tag stuff, I think he'll be fine. Jericho by himself, he'll be fine. But the one that I'm concerned with is I almost said Wardlow. Holy shit. Hager. How does Jake Hager go on his own to make a living? He needs Jericho. Be a bad timing to lose Hager. He's just a big man, you know? He's a big man like Wardlow. You know? So, for Stadium Stampede, I'm going Inner Circle. Inner Circle's going to win. And I also want to add on for another prediction. There's a possible 2-match Christian in this card, because apparently he put the challenge out and Ricky Starks looks like he's going to accept it, but then Christian got attacked by behind. So Ricky Starks could accept Christian's open challenge. So if he does accept the open challenge, we'll have Christian Cage versus Ricky Starks, and I think Christian Cage will also win that match. And I think that's it. That is it for the card. Now, if there's any other buy-in matches, I will update this, put it on my Twitter. But it looks like this is going to be it. This is the whole card. The card is looking really good. Looking anything better than what WWE has done. They're doing fanfare as well. Like, it's looking real good for Double or Nothing. It really is looking amazing. I can't wait. I can't fucking wait. And I'm excited. And I hope it just goes well, you know, because the last Double or Nothing was very hit or miss for me. Because it felt odd. With less crowd and more of a, or not fan crowd, but like wrestling crowd instead of an actual crowd. It just felt so strange, man. And I think I'm happy that we're getting full capacity. I'm happy that I'm going to be able to hear a wrestling crowd. Like, I'm going to be able to hear them and not hear like crickets now. I'm going to be able to see fans around the barricade with seats. I'm not going to see wrestlers around the ring, which is great. So, I'm just happy fans are coming back. But I think it's going to be a great night. So, just want to put it out. It is Sunday, May 30th, basically the second to last day of May will be Double or Nothing. And then, of course, also there's going to be my birthday in a few days, which, you know, I kind of don't feel any different. But thank you for the early happy birthday wishes if you're not going to be able to make it to the schedule plan, because my friends, I know they're going to be planning a possible special little thing for me because it is my birthday. So I'll be working with that. But anyway, guys, that is it for me. Thank you for joining me for my preview and prediction. I hope, let me know who you guys want to win. I'll keep it simple for us. Who do you think's gonna win in the Pinnacle versus Inner Circle and the AEW World Title? Let me know down in the comments. Thank you guys for joining me. And your boy Brian's out. Peace.